There are places on this planet that just don't make sense. Cities that climb to impossible heights only to vanish almost overnight. They're urban ghosts, swallowed by jungles, buried by sand, or sunk beneath the waves, leaving behind puzzles that still stump modern science. They hint at civilizations with knowledge we're only just beginning to appreciate. So, what if everything we thought we knew about our ancient past is wrong? What if these weren't just primitive settlements, but sophisticated societies that understood the world in ways we've completely forgotten? Today, we're journeying to the lost cities that time forgot, and science still can't explain. From a metropolis hidden under the ocean to a refuge for 20,000 people carved deep underground, we're going to uncover the secrets of worlds that disappeared, challenging the very foundations of history. It's time to question everything. They've even unearthed delicate gold jewelry and ritual instruments that somehow survived whatever destroyed the city. For centuries, it was just a name whispered in legends, a phantom city mentioned in ancient Greek texts. But in the year 2000, after years of searching, underwater archaeologist Frank Goddio and his team made a discovery that rewrote a chapter of Egyptian history. 6.5 kilometers off the coast of Egypt, buried under sand and sea, they found it, the lost city of Thonis Heraklion. What they uncovered was a world frozen in time. This wasn't just a small town. It was Egypt's main port for all international trade before Alexandria was founded. Picture a vibrant network of canals winding between temples and homes, a hub of culture where Egyptian and Greek civilizations met. The team has found colossal 5-meter-tall statues of pharaohs and gods. They've discovered over 700 ancient anchors and the wrecks of more than 70 ships, proof of its maritime power. It makes you wonder, how many other legendary cities are just waiting to be found, right beneath the surface? How does a sprawling metropolis, the gateway to an entire empire, simply sink beneath the waves? The leading theories point to a nasty combination of earthquakes and tsunamis. Geologists believe the city was built on unstable delta sediments. When an earthquake hit, a process called soil liquefaction likely occurred, causing the very ground to turn to liquid and swallow the city whole. Still, the sheer completeness of its disappearance is what's so baffling. Was it one single catastrophic event, or a gradual sinking over centuries? The discovery in 2021 of a military vessel that sank in the 2nd century BCE, crushed by massive stone blocks from a temple, points towards a sudden, violent end. This city thrived for centuries, a linchpin of the ancient world, only to be erased from memory and turned into a myth. From the depths of the ocean, we now travel to the arid plains of modern-day Pakistan, to the ruins of a city that is one of the greatest enigmas in archaeology, Mohenjo-Daro. Flourishing over 4,500 years ago, this was one of the largest cities of the ancient Indus Valley civilization. And when we say city, we mean a marvel of urban planning that would put some modern cities to shame. Mohenjo-Daro was home to around 40,000 people, laid out on a perfect grid system. It had multi-story houses made of uniform bricks, complete with private bathrooms and a city-wide drainage system. At its heart was a mysterious structure known as the Great Bath, a public pool nearly 900 square feet in size, expertly waterproofed with bitumen. Was it for ritual purification, or just a public swimming pool? We still don't know. The city had granaries and workshops, but here's the strange part. No definitive signs of palaces, grand royal tombs, or massive temples. This has led many experts to think Mohenjo-Daro might have been a more egalitarian society, run by a council instead of a single all-powerful king. The silent, brick-lined streets are holding their secrets tight. The people of Mohenjo-Daro just left, leaving their architectural masterpiece to be swallowed by the earth. This is the puzzle science can't seem to crack. What causes an entire, highly advanced population to just walk away from their home? There's no evidence of a major war or invasion. Early theories about a massacre have been pretty much debunked. So, what happened? One theory is a major environmental shift. Did the mighty Indus River, the civilization's lifeblood, change its course, leaving the city high and dry? Or was it a series of catastrophic floods that made the area uninhabitable? There's evidence for both. Another compelling idea points to a brutal 200-year-long drought that could have forced a mass migration. Climate change is a powerful force, and it may have brought one of the world's first great urban cultures to its knees. But the real mystery isn't what archaeologists found at Akrotiri, it's what they didn't find. But beneath its idyllic surface lies the ghost of a city called Akrotiri. Often nicknamed the Minoan Pompeii, Akrotiri was a bustling port city of the highly advanced Minoan civilization over 3,600 years ago. Around 1620 BC, the volcano at the heart of the island erupted with unimaginable force, burying the city under dozens of feet of ash. This catastrophe preserved it in extraordinary detail, creating a perfect time capsule of the Bronze Age. Excavations have revealed a city of stunning sophistication. Paved streets wind between 2- and 3-story buildings, their walls covered in breathtaking frescoes of daily life, blue monkeys, and soaring birds. The city had its own advanced plumbing, with clay pipes carrying running water to different houses. The artifacts speak of a wealthy, peaceful, and highly artistic society. And what knowledge did they have that allowed them to cheat death on such a massive scale? Not a single skeleton huddled in a home or trapped in the streets. What's more, valuable, portable objects, like precious metals and personal items, were also gone. It seems the entire population of Akrotiri saw the disaster coming. They organized a deliberate, orderly evacuation, taking their most valuable possessions with them, and vanished before the volcano unleashed its final, devastating blast. This raises an incredible question. How did they know? How could the people of Akrotiri have predicted one of the largest volcanic eruptions in human history with enough time to evacuate an entire city? Did they recognize the warning signs, the precursor earthquakes and rumblings that modern scientists now understand? The evacuation seems to have been calm and methodical, not a panicked flight. Wells provided clean water, cleverly designed so enemies on the surface couldn't poison the supply. Hidden beneath the plains of Cappadocia in Turkey lies Derinkuyu, a subterranean city of mind-boggling scale. It was discovered by accident in 1963 when a local man knocked down a wall in his basement and found a hidden room. That room led to an ancient, multi-level metropolis carved out of soft volcanic rock. It plunges more than 280 feet down, with at least 18 levels, and was large enough to house up to 20,000 people, plus their livestock and food stores. This was no simple cave system. Derinkuyu is a masterpiece of ancient engineering. It had everything a community needed to survive underground for months, maybe even years. There were living quarters, stables, kitchens, wineries, schools, and churches. But maybe the most incredible feature was its defense system. The city could be sealed from the inside with massive circular stone doors weighing up to 1,000 pounds. A single person could roll them into place from the inside, but they were impossible to open from the outside. The biggest mystery is, who built it and why? Carving the soft rock is one thing, but creating a stable city of this size required immense skill. Some archaeologists think the first levels were dug by the Hittites over 3,000 years ago. Others credit the Phrygians around the 8th century BC. We know for sure it was expanded and used by early Christians as a refuge from invading armies. But the core question remains, how was such a colossal project even organized? And how did 20,000 people manage to live completely hidden from the world above? Derinkuyu isn't even unique. It's just the largest of over 200 underground cities found in the region, some possibly connected by tunnels stretching for miles. Was this a response to centuries of invasion, or was it built to shelter people from some other catastrophe? Derinkuyu pushes the limits of what we thought ancient people were capable of, an empire built not toward the sun, but deep into the silent darkness of the earth. We're just scratching the surface of a world filled with lost civilizations and ancient technologies that defy easy answers. These are the kinds of stories that force us to rethink history. If you're as fascinated by these unsolved mysteries as we are, and you want to keep exploring the secrets of our past, do us a favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. For our next stop, we're heading into the dense jungles of Cambodia, to a place that was more legend than reality until just a few years ago. For over 1,000 years, scholars knew about an ancient capital of the Khmer Empire called Mahendraparvata. Founded in the 9th century AD, it was actually built 350 years before the world-famous Angkor Wat. But while texts mentioned it, its exact location was lost, swallowed by a jungle so remote and dangerous that it remained missing from our maps. The mystery was finally solved, not with shovels, but with lasers from the sky. Using a game-changing technology called LiDAR, researchers essentially peeled back the jungle canopy. By flying a helicopter over the area and firing millions of laser pulses at the ground, they created a stunningly detailed three-dimensional map of the forest floor, revealing the ghost of a city hidden beneath. And what they found was astonishing. Mahendraparvata wasn't just a few temples. It was a vast, planned urban landscape stretching across nearly 50 square kilometers. The scans revealed a grid of roads, canals, dams and reservoirs, all laid out with geometric precision. They identified thousands of previously unknown features, including the foundations of a royal palace. This was a city engineered to tame the landscape on a massive scale. Finding Mahendraparvata answered one huge question, where it was, but it opened up a bunch of new ones. Why was this great capital abandoned? Evidence suggests it wasn't inhabited for very long, maybe just a few decades before the Khmer kings moved on. Was the mountainous terrain just too difficult to sustain a large population? Or did the complex water management system, so crucial for survival, eventually fail? Mahendraparvata is a powerful reminder that there are still lost cities out there, and that with new technology, we can still make discoveries that feel like they're straight out of an adventure movie. We've journeyed from a city drowned by the sea to one deserted on a dusty plain. We've seen a population that seemingly vanished, a civilization that burrowed into the earth, and an empire reclaimed by the jungle. But maybe the greatest mystery lies not in the cities we have found, but in the ones we haven't. Take Akkad, the capital of the world's first empire. Around 2300 BC, King Sargon of Akkad built a city so powerful it dominated Mesopotamia. We have countless texts that describe its glory and its trade. We know it was real. And yet, after more than a century of searching, its precise location remains one of the greatest puzzles in archaeology. Then there's Thinis, the very first capital of a unified Egypt, the seat of power for its earliest pharaohs around 3000 BC. The kings who founded the Egyptian state ruled from this city. We have their names and records, yet the city itself is a ghost, its location unknown, likely buried deep beneath the sands of the Nile Delta. These still-lost cities are humbling reminders of the fragility of civilization and of the vast, undiscovered secrets our planet still holds. They prove that our history is not a closed book. It's a living mystery, with new chapters just waiting to be unearthed. The search continues,